Hello, my name is Wendy King, and I'm from Inglemore, and I'm doing a persuasive speech about spanking today for my online class. I'm going to start off with telling you the definition of spanking. I got it from Wikipedia.com. It's the act of slapping a child on the buttocks as a form of punishment. We practice this in my house every day, multiple times a day. Some of the reasons why someone might spank their child is back talking. Say if you're telling them to do something and they just look at you and say no, then that would be a reason why you would. Another one is discipline issues. If you're trying to, if you're trying to get them to do something that they would do every day as, like a chore or something like that, and they just repeatedly tell you that they won't, or they just flat out don't do it, that would be a reason. Disrespect is, say, for my daughter, whenever we're telling her to go clean her room, and she just looks at you, turns around and says, no, I don't have to, then that would be a reason. Poor attitude. We've been in our car many a times, and just you'll be talking to your child or talking, and they just look at you and stick out their tongue, or they just have a bad attitude all the way around, and that would need to pull over and change. Some common ways of spanking. One would be an open hand. Most of the time, from what I've read, stuff, they want you to pop them on their rear end with your hand. Another one would be a paddle. Lots of people use these. I know my husband has gotten a paddle from his work. He builds frames, and they use it to put the bottoms in on the furniture, and we use that. One that you may use is a belt. I preferably do not like, or personally don't like a belt because it just gives me the creeps, and I don't like it. That I've had it used on me before, so I know that's one way. One, if you are, say you're out and about outside and you don't have any of these handies, I know my mama was really good at going and getting a switch and making you pick a switch. Mm-hmm. And so I learned quickly I always thought that the little bitty tiny switches were the best that you could get because they wouldn't hurt as well, but I've learned that that's not the case. And another one that we use is a fly swatter. It doesn't work as well, but it does work. Some of the benefits, I went on dailyviews.com, and the people there, they did a survey. They got 20 kids, and they split them into two groups. 10 of them were raised from empathy, not getting spanked, and 10 of them were from getting spanked. And they said that by the time they got to age 6, that they could tell that the ones that had been spanked for the things that I mentioned earlier did much better in school than the ones that didn't get spanked. I think it teaches the child to be respectful. If you start them out really young, whooping them, then, they learn that certain types of behavior are not okay and certain types are okay, and they'll remember, hey, I got spanked for acting like that. It teaches them from right from wrong. If they are out, let's say they're out in school and, they're on the playground and they want to start attacking this child, but they remember, if I hit him, I remember whenever I got hit, so I don't need to do that. I think overall that it teaches the child maybe to stop and think about what they're going to do before they do it, and remember, this isn't right, this is right. In conclusion, I went to the Church Education Research Ministry. It said that a lot of parents today are made to feel guilty for spanking their kids, and that doesn't need to be, because as far back as you can remember, and even in the Bible, it says, if you spoil the rod, you spoil the child, or spare the rod, spoil the child. Sorry. I've also read that, today they recommend if you are going to spank to use a weapon instead of your hand, that you need to teach your child that, your hands are for loving and the weapon is for discipline. That's something that I and my husband need to work on, because we just use the first thing that we see. And we need to remember that the kids that we're raising today are the ones that are going to go into the world and be the Americans of tomorrow are going to be the ones how we treat them and how they're going to treat their children. And so we need to remember that. And I'm going to leave you today with train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Proverbs 22:6. Thank y'all for coming, and thank you for your time.
Next time.